Okay, so this is a bedtime story, not because you're necessarily going to bed, but because I am. It's called Short Story Number 1. So it was nearing the end of a bustling Thursday, coming up to the end of the term. And the students were always murmuring either about Hanukkah or Christmas, and neither of them seemed to be coming soon enough. Not for the students, nor for the teachers. Miss Rebecca was one who was particularly feeling the strain because kindergarten had to be the worst during these pre-holiday school days. And today, one student in particular was making it difficult. Not to mention, she showed up halfway through the morning, late again. Like, for every task Miss Rebecca gave the students, Charlotte had something to say about why she couldn't do it. It was painful. Miss Rebecca didn't have a lot of patience for these kinds of kindergarten nuances. In fact, she thought of it as her strength. Students would come into her class, noses running, shoes untied, and usually by the end of the school year, they were leaving these behind. Not Charlotte, though. Tired, reluctant, late. Today was much of the same. Later in the afternoon, just before nap time, the students were gathered on the carpet, and Charlotte caught Miss Rebecca's eye because tiny tears were starting to form in the small eyes of Charlotte's. Ugh, Miss Becky thought, you're gonna ruin nap time for all of us, including me, aren't you? After the instructions, Miss Becky called Charlotte over to her desk for a quick one in, one out, no stop shop child psychotherapy. A quick calm breathing and a firm, okay, now stop, should do the trick. All right, Charlotte, what's up? Lips were shaking. Cheeks were radiating red. And eyebrows were furrowing. It's just, I want my mommy. Held back sobs looked and felt heavy. Okay, I understand. Take a few breaths. Breathe. And another. Charlotte struggled through a few breaths, but her cries recommenced. That usually works, she thought. Okay, here, relax your eyebrows. They're painful for me. Eventually, Miss Rebecca sent Charlotte off with a slightly alleviated mood. Her crying, though, continued in bursts, and it was Miss Rebecca figured because she just had something going on after school. She had told her earlier that she was getting a needle today. Must be it. Nerves. It's just that she has to learn to stop and control her emotions. Like, these little girls were often Miss Rebecca's biggest struggle. She just didn't get them. A few days later, Miss Rebecca was doing her grocery shopping. It was a beautiful Sunday morning. No annoying kids to drag with her to the supermarket. No arguments about tomato or basil or fire-roasted pepper tomato sauce to have with her significant other. Her life was pretty easy. Too easy. Too easy that when anything popped up, it often left Miss Rebecca feeling incompetent to deal. Like she would get scared or frustrated or just respond out of habit. Unfair treatment by her principal, like, suck it up. Friends constantly asking her for money. Money is more important than friends. Not speaking her mind in front of guys she liked. I just don't know how to express myself. This particular Sunday, she woke up feeling pretty down on herself. While driving to the store, she just kept asking, like, why is it just so hard to change? And then the accumulation of this mind stream going over and over in her head, and Sunday alone, and then the guy in front of her cut her off and looked back like it was her fault, and then she stormed off and then realized that she missed her turn. And all of this just fell on Miss Rebecca. And before she knew it, tears streaming out of her eyes. Wailing, moaning, real, live, adult cries. She turned up the music to try and drown herself out, but that song hit her really deep. And now she was sobbing. And these sobs, they just made no sense, but right now in this moment, they made sense. And why couldn't she just stop? And then she was mad at herself for not stopping. And then it's just this moment right now is so hard for me. And I just need to cry. And she just kept wailing, wondering why her life felt so hard right now. She knew it wasn't, but she just wanted to leave everything, go home, drink some wine, or perhaps call her mom. And in the next instant, a thought popped into Miss Rebecca's mind. Little Charlotte. Through her sobs, she started thinking about what she had told Charlotte. Okay, breathe. Miss Rebecca was having trouble. Okay, now stop. But it was just so sad. And then she wondered, maybe Charlotte needed to cry just a little bit longer. Or maybe, more terrifying to Miss Rebecca, she needed to take her own advice. One thing was clear. I never felt more deeply empathized with that 5-year-old than she did in that moment. Good night.